Duck's smart enough to get out of the rain, right?
Well, we're on black duck. We better get out of the rain.
Good butt and take a name.
Do you see how close that lightning was? Get rid of the bananas! What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Go! Darn it! No more bananas!
Can I see some ID?
ID?
Yeah.
You want some ice?
Oh, I do want ice.
I should have brought you some.
Come on in, guys.
Bags. Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's show. We are up in Minnesota on a lake that I have never fished before. It's called Black Duck. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're up here with our good friend Chris from Badgerland Tires. Yep, and the one and only Jim from Accurate Archery. Hey, I'll tell you what, Jim, thank you for inviting us up here. I've always wanted to come and fish more parts of this part of Minnesota because there's so many great lakes around here. We're not that far from Red Lake. I mean, it's just lake after lake after lake.
The lake is incredible for structure, for sure. And we kind of didn't know that the gills were that big, and we started catching them while we were fishing walleyes, and we are just hooked on catch and release the gills. You can only have 5 on this lake.
I love lakes like that.
They are huge, and they're as much fun as anything else, and there's some nice big perch on this lake as well.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Jim, you know what, there's so much going on. Right before you came up here, you shot an absolutely giant turkey. You guys got to check this out. Just under 29 pounds, 11-inch beard, huge spurs on it, and you self-filmed it, which was pretty darn cool. So we have some footage of that to show you guys too. Hey, but we're up here fishing, and we're gonna go get this boat ready, the new V208 Warrior, and we're gonna go out and check out Black Duck Lake. So you guys hang on to your heinies. We got a lot coming up.
So this is the new flow lift. You can't even hear it going up and down. We're gonna put it to the test with this 5,000 pound boat. Huh?
This is sweet.
Just like downtown, buddy.
That's gotta hold fish. Gotta hold fish, Larry. Fish on. Chris, you're killing me. Oh, that was a weed. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, he's gonna get his buck. That did not take long once we found the whole thing.
Mr. Pike.
Oh, pike, that does any fish but a pike.
You did not say that, Larry.
Yeah, that's not even a nettable fish. And who else would catch it? Mr. Badgerland Tires.
Mr. Northern.
Hey, it's kind of cool when you start thinking about going to a new body of water. Of course, Jim's been fishing here for about 10 years, but you know what? For us, this is a new experience. And really, you know, kind of breaking the lake down is when you look at the Lake Master chip here, there's so much structure on this body of water. It's just kind of like, you get so excited because you're like, we stopped way back there where Jim's never fished before because it looked good on the map, you know. And that's the great part about it, coming to a body of water like this, is breaking things down. Get that pike out of my boat. Dang it. Oh, I don't
Larry
know.
gave me
You
the
lost
tools.
a couple. Let's see what you got. The only guy in the boat that's got fish coming in.
Come on, Mr. Fish.
What do you got there, buddy?
Oh, you
Jeez,
know what it is.
let me guess.
Oh,
You know
don't
what
even
it
bother netting that thing. He's on his
No.
own.
I don't know if we can make that look.
I'm not interested in this summer.
I don't think you can make that look big.
You know what I got? Walleye. Small walleye.
There you go.
And of course, the shiver spoon. My #1 new favorite bait. Right there.
Nice
Got a nice walleye?
Get the net for that.
Okay, you got it, buddy. Chris,
We're hooked up.
nice job, man.
That's a nice fish
Oh, that's a
there.
really good fish. That's a good walleye. Come on, man.
Come on, little
Come
fish.
on. Come on. Get him over here.
Nice
There you
job. Woo, on a little twister tail
Little
too.
twister.
You know, nice to see. You know, it's kind of interesting. Our friend Jim Kubicek left us because we had a little issue with trying to find his waypoints. Now he's in his boat over there, and he's actually dealing with some issues with his trolling motor. I don't know why he keeps going around in circles like that, but he said something a couple minutes ago about getting dizzy and getting sick, right? Meanwhile, we're catching fish, right?
Shallow.
Shallow. Nice one.
There you go.
A little slower technique versus pulling spinners.
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Come on, guess.
It's gonna be.
Oh, it's a good
sheephead.
fish. Good fish.
Sheephead.
No way. Really?
I don't know.
If it's a sheephead, I'm gonna.
Oh, it's a big walleye.
Oh, it is a big walleye.
Oh, it is a big walleye.
Big walleye. Look at
Oh,
this, you guys.
spotted walleye.
Oh my gosh, you son of a no good dirty dog. Net.
Spotted
A
walleye.
spotted walleye. Well, it's the biggest one so far, I
Biggest
can tell
spotted
you that.
walleye. Things are looking up for the home team.
Yep, the home team's doing good.
Spotted
Fish are
walleye.
getting bigger, right? Hey everybody, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey Chris, how's it going today?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, we got our good friend Chris from Badgerland Tires with us. You know what? This week's tip is no doubt gonna be on tires. We put a lot of miles on our truck and we put a lot of miles on our boat, and there's nothing worse than being on the side of the highway having a flat tire or tire problems. Hey Chris, let's kind of talk about, like, this time of year, it's finally warmed up.
Yep.
Now you really should check your tires. And I've always wondered why it says, like, on your tire right here, cold temperature and warm temperature. So what really distinguishes what temperature you should run what air under?
Well, a thing with these tires, they get warm as they run. So a cold pressure, it'll actually warm as you're running down the road. So you want to run your cold pressure on there rather than your warm pressure on there. So every tire says, like this one says 50 PSI max. And that's what you want to run in them, is max is 50, 45 at the lowest on your trailer tires like this, because they will build up heat. And
even if it's in the winter too?
Correct.
It will. So it doesn't really matter what time of year. So temperature, you're saying, as far as conditions outside, really don't have a lot to do with warm and cold. It's basically you're running. The more you run it, the warmer the tires are going to get, the more that air pressure is going to build.
Exactly. Make sure you run it at a little bit lower than what the max is, because it will build up for heat.
Hey everybody, again, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. What are you doing back there? Guy.
Fishing there, guy.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we switched gears here a little bit, and now we're actually trolling with spinners.
Looks like a little guy.
Yep. Oh.
Hydroplane.
We had some guys that are staying at this resort, and they did really good this morning pulling spinners in basically in 8 to 12 feet of water, gold. They were running minnows, so we decided to mix it up a little bit. Jim's running the minnow, I'm running the crawler, and of course Chris in the back's always got to be doing something different, and he's running some type of crankbait, like a shad wrap, and that's got a lot of gold on it. So we're gonna mix it up and work these brake lines. Pretty sweet looking rod. Where'd you get that made?
This is
I know
Mag's custom rod, 7-foot medium fast.
Yep.
And it says Grandma Lou on it, because it's not even mine.
Well, what are you using it for then? You
'cause
stole
I stole
Lois's rod?
fishing pole, yeah.
What do you got going there now?
Walleye.
Okay. Well, I don't know, a couple more of them, I'm gonna get rid of the crawler. Hey, I'll tell you, I'm gonna make a little bit of an adjustment. I've got a little bit heavier weight on than Jim's got on. He's already got 4 walleyes to my 0, running the same spinner basically. So, and I'm gonna go with a minnow. So again, just kind of changing all the time. We're basically just flat lining. So that, which obviously means we're not running any planer boards or anything. We're just going right straight behind the boat right now. But I am adapting. I'm not gonna sit here and keep letting him catch all the fish. He's not even a fisherman. He builds archery products.
You gotta have bananas in the boat in order to catch fish. Gotta have the bananas.
Who's got bananas? Oh, come on.
See? That's how we roll. Really?
No, it's a northern.
You better look again.
No, Chris knows his northerns.
Come here, you.
Oh, you can have that one. What? Ew.
Darn it. This is bigger than any of the ones I've caught so
That's
far.
a good one, huh?
A big walleye.
No.
Yeah, get me the net.
Get him the net. Oh, I left the net back at the dock. Nice. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a nice fish.
That's a beauty.
Nice job. On the old spinneroni.
With a leech.
With the leech? That's what I have in my hand. You didn't even tell anybody about that.
I kind of did.
I didn't. Did you hear anything about him saying about a leech? Did anybody? Hey, did you guys out there hear him say that he put a leech on instead of a minnow? He caught like 6 in a row with a minnow. Why would he go to a leech?
Well, I wonder how a leech would work, because that has always been our go-to.
A leech, huh?
Yeah, that's all we use bobber fishing.
So basically what we're doing is we're pulling with the ball mount, and we're pulling at about 1.1 to 1.3. We're kind of working in between about 8 and 12 foot back and forth. There's some cabbage coming up, and we're going over that cabbage, and that's definitely the key. Every time we come over that cabbage, somebody seems to get bit.
Bananas bring good luck.
I'm dry.
We need rain to catch fish.
This feels like a decent fish. I'm thinking it's a walleye. You know, I changed the angle of my rod because we were going to put the drone up. Oh, whatever it is, it's got a good bite to it. A bigger bite, bigger than. Well, he's a great tire man, but the net job.
Oh, there's holes in that net.
There's a hole in there. Hey everybody, welcome to our Leroy lunchtime, and I'll tell you something, what a great way, it's not always about lunch, but what a great way to start the morning off with some snack sticks from Leroy's. You know, when you think about bringing in any of your wild game, you can have the same snack sticks that they have in regular beef or pork made into your wild game. So you guys make sure you check out Leroy Meats. Hey, anybody, Jimmy?
No.
It's Chris. Want one?
I'll eat one.
Probably a good thing that we came in. You know what? I don't know why. Why is it when you stay at a resort or you own a cabin on a lake, you always, no matter what, have to go to the other side? So we come back in, there's 3 boats right out in front, and we see them catching fish. And we're like, you know what? Why do we fall for it every time? It's just the way it is. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're in between another little storm here, and we're gonna have about maybe an hour, hour and a half before the next one comes in, and it'll be dark too. Came back out, but we're getting to that time where, you know, I would always call it, you know, on these lakes, you know, the prime time, and that's that last hour and a half before it's gonna get dark out, and these fish are definitely gonna move shallows. Yeah, got the right species, just not the right size. Hey, I'll tell you, here we go. You know, it's getting to be that time frame. This is definitely a walleye. Woo-hoo-hoo, baby. I'm loving this stuff all the way. On a leech, too. There we go. Oh. Nice job. Woo! Game on right there. Unfortunately, the weather today has just been horrible, and we've got one more day tomorrow, and then we got to sneak out of here and obviously get back, and I got a lot of guiding to do myself. But, you know, you're always looking for some place to go, and that's the cool part when you start thinking about the Midwest. There's so many great areas to go. Where do you start? Well, you got to start here at Black Duck Lake. There you go. Nice walleye. Loving that. Suck that leech right in. That looks like a good fish. Now, there's no way that can be a pike.
Right.
We're hooked together.
That's a walleye.
Always off.
Oh,
Right there.
Yep.
Oh,
Man,
right.
one step closer.
Another 4 hours. We'll get them in that crankbait. It's the last fish of the night there right now. Nice. Woo! Gotta love that right there. And here comes the rain again, you guys.
Here comes the rain. Here we go, last one.
Nice way to end.
That's what we're talking about. Let's get the heck out of here.
It's almost like the days when you had a Harley and you were waving to the guy on a bike. You see another warrior on the water, you just get a good feel.
First class all the way from the people that ride them to the people that make them.
They do such a nice job with communication. They'll pick up the phone anytime. It's really almost a friendship.
You could be in any state, and when somebody with a Warrior drives by you, you get that honk, that beep. You're truly part of a family, and there's nothing like it.
Introducing Forever Barnwood. Transform your space with the warmth and character of a genuine barnwood look. Forever Barnwood offers over 200 authentic barnwood products. We are commercial and food safe. Our products are available in unlimited quantities while still providing the consistency you need to complete large projects. All of this while still looking like it came out of a 100-year-old barn. Forever Barnwood. Bring the history inside.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our show today. Again, we're up at Black Duck Lake here in Minnesota. We decided we're going to grind it out. We only really have a day and a half to fish here. It's not a lot of time. We put a long day in yesterday, ended up scratching out, a few really decent walleyes. We learned a lot about the lake. This is one of them lakes, boy, if a guy had time, I definitely would be coming back here and spending at least a week here. But again, back out here, I see the water temperature dropped probably about 3 degrees. It's probably going to be a little bit of a slow start here. As you can see, this is what I'm doing. See all the fish on this side, and you can see the rock right here too. So this is a fish, that's a walleye. That's probably some perch right there. What you got there, Jim?
I don't know, but
you got a little spot here
that big. 7-foot medium.
Mr. Walleye.
Oh, it's right breed.
Okay. Just a small one, huh? Yeah.
Come on, be the right species.
Yeah, be
guys.
the right kind. Come on, Chris. Yeah, Black Duck Lake. Come on, baby. Oh, whoa, that's a good fish. Nice job,
Be a
Chris.
little adjustment, and we got him. That's what we're talking about.
Nice
right there.
job, Chris. What did you do different that time?
Well, I switched up. I was using a husky jerk, and then I changed up to the flicker shad here, and
you're
caught a fish.
And you're pumping that bait.
And pumping it,
We're
yeah.
going to show you guys exactly how he's pumping
Beautiful
it right there,
fish,
too.
though.
That's a
Look
good
at
one.
that. And all I'm doing is I'm just pumping it. Doing it short pauses, pump, pause, pump, pause, and then fish are hitting it on the pause every time.
One thing about using super braid, what I did, and I got a really soft rod here, is that I am dumping it to them. I let them pull on it 2 or 3 times. I keep my bail wide open, and then what I do is I basically just feed it back to them. It's definitely a walleye staying right down. Oh, there's a good fish. Nice fish right there. Woo! Yeah, loving it. But that is key, keeping the bail open. And what I'm doing was when I'm letting them pull on it 2 or 3 times, and then I'm just feeding it back to them. Again, with that super braid, with mono, I could probably get away with, just letting the rod load up. But they're a little bit finicky this morning, and I've lost 2 or 3 right away. What are you on now, Chris? Oh, I know. I saw you switching something around. Really?
Walleye, I switched it up, Larry.
What'd you do? Tell us what you did.
White Mr. Twister.
No way. Woo!
And I'm casting it off the back of the boat here, twitching.
No way. Really?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. This guy's always up to something.
Getting it done. In the wind, baby.
In the wind, getting it
In the
done,
wind.
catching fish.
Well, we're trying, Larry. We're
Yeah,
trying.
you're on fire now, man. Another walleye?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Woo! We're on it now. I'll tell you what. Switching tactics, we found enough fish on the locator. And now, Jimmy, get that fish in the net, son.
Jimmy!
Oh, Jimmy.
Well, I switched up. I figured with this wind, I went a little bit more aggressive. I went with a big white Mr. Twister rather than the finesse, like the crawlers and the leeches and the minnows we were using. And so far now, it's been 2 fish in 10 minutes. I grew up fishing white Mr. Twisters when I was a kid, 100 years ago, and I still use them today.
What do you got there, Jim Bob? Oh man, Jimmy Bob! Woo! Oh, walleye! We should have known better. The old shiver spoon. Yes, indeed. Figured something that was more aggressive. Can't think of a better bait than that. There. Oh, that's a good fish.
Walleye. Nice walleye.
It is a nice one. Get the net. Oh, that's a nice fish. Woo! That is absolutely awesome. Gotta love it. You know, again, just we're working this, the wind. You know, here's another big thing is that with this wind that we had, it really changed the water temperature too. And all the water temperature, the warm water is pushed down to this end of the lake. And exactly that's where all the fish are too. Hey everybody, what an awesome time this week up here at Teepee Tonka Resort. I'll tell you, on Black Duck Lake, I've never fished here before. It's definitely one of them destinations that when I say would go back, no doubt I would. We had a great time. Hey Jim, thank you.
We're gaining weight.
I'm absolutely stuffed. And Chris from Badgerland Tires, he definitely pulled us out of the slump today, didn't he? Right?
Yeah.
Pulled out the old white twister tail, like nobody's used that in 30 years.
Yeah. And that's Caroline
Carol?
and Ray, and they own Teepee Tonka.
So if you want to deal with some good people, definitely give them a call, I'll tell you that. And some awesome fishing and great resort, definitely is the place to be. Hey everybody, want to thank you guys for joining us this week. We always want to thank all of our military men and women for the great service they have given us and continue to give us. Without them, we know we would not have the things that we have, along with all of our firefighters and paramedics, and no doubt all of our law enforcement agents. It is a great day to be alive, and the best part is we're going to see you gals and guys next week again, and thanks for joining us. Ooh, pikeroni on the silver spoon, and just absolutely crushed that thing. The old pikester. Oh, I just got my spoon! You dirty son of a no-good little peanut butter jelly goober bottom sandwich! What do you got there?
Larry fish.
That don't count.